What's up, everyone? It's Brandon Michael here, back and better than ever. Listen, I filmed this intro about 10 times already because I realized my intro was like 5 minutes long because I was explaining why I was gone for a month. Let me just give you a quick overrun so we're not sitting here talking about it forever. I just got a little bit busy. I was safe. I didn't get the virus or anything. I was completely safe. I just been running my Instagram page. I've been very dedicated to that. It's called Hotcast on Instagram. We're almost at 4,000 followers. It's a Seahawks page. If you're a Seahawks fan, go ahead and check it out. I appreciate your guys' support. And just in general, I've just been a little bit busy, but I'm back and better than ever. So before, I get into the topic, I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you for all the love. I've gotten like 30 more subscribers over my 3-week or 4-week absence. So, welcome to the team. And I just want to go ahead and get started. So, boom. The Seahawks have not done jack in the past 4 weeks. We've gotten the small things. The biggest thing is Carlos Hyde. I mean, 1,000-yard rusher. That's going to be a huge addition, especially with Rashad Penny starting on the PUP list. So, I mean, besides that, there hasn't been really anything to talk about. So, I wanted to think about some things to film, and there was one big thing that was on my mind. Who should the Seattle Seahawks trade for? Now, I could go on a whole list of players that could come to Seattle, this and that, but there's one guy on the top, and this is the only guy I'm willing to trade for at the moment. Okay, you're probably thinking Yannick Ngakoue. It's not Yannick Ngakoue. I'm just letting you guys know right now. Yannick wants too much money. We're going to give up so much draft capital for a position that we're already starting to get more depth in, and Jadeveon Clowney's still in the market. Guys like Matthew Judon just signed his franchise tender, $16.8 million. I mean, just another guy. Just doesn't make any sense. I'd rather take Yannick Ngakoue. Plus, I just don't really want Matthew Judon. And then, you look on the market, like Jadeveon Clowney and Everson Griffin, Clay Matthews, Marcus Golden, all these guys are still on the market. And if we really want an edge rusher, just sign one of those guys instead of giving up 2 first-round picks for Yannick Ngakoue and giving us half the facility and half of Seattle just for him to stay for 3 years and complain. So, we're just ignore all those. I don't want any of those people. I'm looking at a position right now that doesn't look like a glaring hole, but if we get this player, we're going to the Super Bowl, I guarantee you. Now, this isn't going to happen, but let me tell you who it is. He plays in New York. He hits people hard. It's Jamal Adams. Now, before you get mad, or a lot of you guys aren't going to get mad, you're going to get mad on who we should trade for Jamal Adams. I'm going to tell you who I think we should trade, what should we give up to get Jamal Adams. But Jamal Adams is a playmaker. First of all, he's the best strong safety in the NFL. I don't care what anyone says. Jamal Adams is probably the best safety in the NFL. You can make that argument too. He's young, he's hungry, and there's obviously been some feud with New York and Jamal Adams. New York doesn't want to pay Jamal Adams right now, but Jamal wants to get paid right now. So there's obviously some butting heads in New York currently. He's just been on the trade block, apparently, but New York doesn't want to trade him. Now, do I think Seattle's going to trade for Jamal Adams? No, I don't think this trade is possible at all. But if I was John Schneider, I'm pulling the trigger on this immediately. Let's just go ahead and just talk about our current predicament. Our defensive line is cool. Yeah, we could get Yannick Ngakoue, but at the end of the day, we got Benson Mayowa, Bruce Irvin. We drafted Alton Robinson, Darrell Taylor, LJ Collier. We used a first-round pick on him, so he's obviously going to have to step up. Rasheem Green might be in for a breakout season. We have this guy. We got so much depth. Plus, if we really need an edge rusher that bad, we got Jadeveon Clowney still on the market. I mean, there's just so many names. Everson Griffin has been floating around the Seattle rumors for a while. So, I've been saying so a lot. I need to cut that out. I'm sorry, guys. We just look around, and our edge rusher position, obviously was terrible last year. We were 31st in sacks last year. But it looks it's a little bit closer to getting fixed. And I think that's a big thing right now. Just look back on it. Coming into last season, I thought we were going to have one of the best defensive lines in the league. Ziggy Ansah, Jaron Reed coming off a 10-sack season, and Jadeveon Clowney? Are you kidding me? We're about to tear up the league. Yeah, that didn't really turn out the way we thought it would. Ziggy Ansah was a bust, couldn't stay on the field. Jaron Reed just after suspension, just didn't play the same. And Jadeveon Clowney was injured throughout the whole season too, so it just wasn't the same. Now, we do have a lot of depth in this position coming into the season, which makes me super excited. And I do think that with Jadeveon Clowney still in the market and his price slowly dropping, I do think there's a better chance of us signing him. Now, I do think it's about 20% that we sign back Jadeveon Clowney at this point right now, but still, like, if we want an edge rusher that bag, we're going for Clowney. Why do I think Jamal Adams? Yes, we have Quandre Diggs playing free safety. Bradley McDougald is playing strong safety this year on his final year of his contract, costing us a little over $5 million, and then probably going to hit the market next year. I don't know if B-Mac's going to stay, but we'll see. Marquise Blair's obviously an interesting name that's been, a lot of people have been excited about. Plays free safety. A lot of people want to move to strong safety. I do not agree with it, in my opinion, just because I think Marquise is so small. He's like 40 pounds lighter than Cam Chancellor. I want someone big to be able to play that strong safety role, and that's why I like Jamal Adams. But yeah, I just don't know. Like, our strong safety position is like wide open at this point. Like, is it B-Mac or Marquise Blair? And Marquise Blair is going to bring a raw talent that has tons of potential, but could ultimately fall, we go fall right on our face starting him if he makes a lot of mistakes. B-Mac, on the other hand, he's going to bring consistency. Like, he's going to be good, but he's not going to be great. And I think that's one of those things where we can't be good anymore. We got to be great if we're going to win Super Bowls. And at the end of the day, Jamal Adams could take us to that great level. What would we have to give for Jamal Adams? Well, New York wanted at least a first and a third, but I think it's going to take a little bit more than that. I was saying a first and a third and Marquise Blair. Let me explain why. New York has Marcus May at free safety already. They're going to need another safety to replace Jamal Adams. And I don't think they trade Jamal Adams unless they know they have an adequate replacement to be able to put in there immediately and start in week 1. I think that's why Marquise Blair would have to go. I would be 100% be okay if we have to trade Marquise Blair to get Jamal Adams. Let me tell you why. I want to win now. Marquise Blair, he could be good, but he could be good in 2 to 3 years. Possibility. He could be good this year. We don't know, but that's the big thing. We don't know. If we get Jamal Adams, we know he's going to be top 3 strong safety in the league. At least pair him up with Quandre Diggs. Shaquille Griffin's on a contract year. Quentin Dunbar's on a contract year, and they're going to be playing their butts off. Our secondary might be the nastiest in the league. I mean, come on. Like, think about that. Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, Quentin Dunbar, Shaquille Griffin. Like, what more do you want? I will take Jamal Adams over Jadeveon Clowney. I've said it before. I'd give up 2 first-round picks, a third, and Marquise Blair. All for Jamal Adams. We're getting a top-tier player right here. We're not getting no Joe Schmo from Wisconsin. Okay, we're getting freaking Jamal Adams. And anyone that doesn't think we should trade all that for Jamal Adams is crazy, in my opinion. I mean, that's just my opinion. Everyone loves Marquise Blair. I understand, guys, but you got to realize who we're getting in return. Jamal freaking Adams. Now, before I go any further, if any trade's going to happen, I do think it's going to be later during training camp, almost like the Jadeveon Clowney thing, just off the fact that I think by then we're going to have most of our roster already situated. We're going to see what happens. Maybe B-Mac doesn't show up, and then Marquise Blair just doesn't look good. Like, maybe he's just not ready. And, that's like a huge possibility with Marquise and B-Mac. And at that point, maybe Demo gets cut because he's on his tender. Joey Hunt, Luke Wilson, Jacob Holster, all those guys get cut. And all of a sudden, we have a lot more cap space to sign a guy like Jamal Adams once we trade for him. It's going to be a trade and sign immediately type of deal. So, at the end of the day, this is a trade I want. I think this is a trade we need. Do I think John and Pete are going to take it? Heck no. But at the end of the day, I do think this is a trade that'd be super fun to do, and it could bring us back to the Legion of Boom days, quote unquote. I do not think that they would be the Legion of Boom. You'll never see another Legion of Boom. But I'm saying having one of our best, our secondary would be back to, being great again. And that's what we need. So, give me your guys' opinions on this, guys. Like I said, I do think we need to go Jamal Adams or bust at this point. And I want to hear your guys' opinion. Would you trade Marquise Blair for him? And guys, we can't trade B-Mac. I don't think B-Mac would work because it just wouldn't make sense for New York, in my opinion. They want a young guy. They're not just going to take B-Mac who's going to hit the market. So, but give me your guys' opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think we trade someone else, trade for someone else? You don't want Jamal Adams, or do you agree with me? I hope you guys are staying safe. Go Hawks. I am back and better than ever. I'll see you guys soon, and go Hawks.